Akua Donkor passed in the early hours of this week.
So
it was
the news hit us in the early hours of Tuesday morning.
Yeah. 3 billion.
Trillion.
I'm catch me wa. Akufo na kume. Me kama mate and I make me din bia muntie na make no. iPhone 12 no so na make asa bibia kama.
Govi, try me kwadwon so aba. You remember that interview? I say me kwadwon so aba.
And
you actually hear the sound of the Junso.
Yeah,
Govi me.
I say, hey, Abaya, when who say you tramming? No, over film. What who pass say tramming so ha na obefa? I don't know to say. We will forever miss her. Like her humor, sometimes her presence. It's the
impact she leaves. I tell you.
By now, one radio presenter, one radio station.
And then she was coming for Jehovah Witness.
This my Range Rover that I would have brought from London. Freeport. Come and drive like
that. To free.
One farm.
And she said she would have given radio presenters cars, right?
Yes.
No.
And
me one thing I loved about her was when she comes, all Jehovah Witness people will be sacked from work. They don't vote. That's it. Remember, you want answer for? Remember, me you may give you.
Because Montuaba.
When I go to the president, I'm me too.
Now she passed. Yes, and it's on a sad note. And if you accounts I am getting indicates that even when the very first moment she was taken to the hospital, she refused admission. That was when, if they had attended to her like how they wanted to, she would have made out. But she refused.
I think they took her back home.
Because she refused to be
so
there,
they
and
took
then
her
now
back
they
home.
say okay, and then it got worse, so they had to take her. It's a sad one. Nipa, baby cool.
Oh, sure.
But
sure.
And
you see,
men fan cheno. Nipa na also one fan cheno no. Oteho.
I always
say
that
this should tell you that death is a respecter of none. We don't care who you are. Michael Jackson is gone. Atta Mills is gone. Kofi Annan is gone. Nelson Mandela.
Kofi Annan ben Busumuru fakao. Kofi Annan de oba
Busumuru was a title given to him, not his name. So Kofi Annan is gone. Nelson Mandela is gone. Bush.
J.J. Rollins
is gone. Like just name it. We've had people that we can say that they are better than us.
Yes,
they've gone and we are here. So it doesn't matter.
So now, if you are alive, it doesn't make you any better than anybody.
Exactly, you could go anytime.
Yes, and there is one thing I say. There are two things that are inevitable in this world:
death and change.
Death and change. And even some people even say that death in itself is a change because you change from the living to the non-living.
Yeah, you go to a different world.
So I mean, you cannot hold grudges forever.
No, you can't.
Really?
You can't. Obe
yeah.
But sometimes when you look at the life someone has lived to a point where Mami Akua Donkor was over 70 years. 72 years.
So which of the reports is correct? Some say 83.
Saying 82. I remember the family saying 82. The elder son saying 82.
Okay. So let's take that she's 82. God added probably 12 more years to what we hear that is the title age 70 years. So she was even blessed by the Lord.
Yeah, they also could be president.
Because she is the first woman to contest for presidency in the Fourth Republic.
Yeah.
After we had the rest coming, Kunedo Ajiman and the other PPP woman, she was the first, and she stood for 3 good elections. This would have been a 4th election.
I remember the time she gave the final when it was accepted, the documents to EC.
Number 3.
And there's a video I chanced on. It's an old video. Yeah. You know when Ghana, when things happen, archives speak. Yeah. Like, this is Ghana. So there's this video where Chairman Woon to me was, saying a lot of things. I'm sure you've seen that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, NDC for no cry. No make me ask some baby I'm done from number 8 to no cry, mama but number 7. You know. So after all that happened, that people were like, okay, could there be any spiritual backings to this woman's death? It doesn't mean, you know, no, we're just trying to bring matters that are arising. Yes. And the day Akua Donkor died, it was only one person's name that a lot of people were mentioning, that what is the faith of this woman now? That is a delay.
Lawyers from Pomont.
And lots of people were saying, hey, this 10-year-old case.
The 10-year-old case.
Did she, you know, make amends with her? But then the good news we have gathered is she actually made peace with Akua Donkor before. Way before. All that was popping up were all old videos.
No, but she recently went for an interview where somewhere in
September,
where she brought it up again.
Yes.
She will never forgive.
I don't know if, forgive me to say this, I don't know if maybe she might also have a little, maybe a percentage of dementia. I said, forgive me. I'm not, when I would say I won't say forgetfulness. Forgetfulness, it will look too childish because she is old. So when you say dementia, it could be a defect. Reason why I'm saying that is Gossip 24 had a conversation with Delay and said they've already made peace. Remember, Akua Donkor had also gone to Nanama McBrown's show, The Cooking, and McBrown had brought it up. And he said, oh, maybe they are trying to cry, me hear from me da. Me ni niasem. And then another interview, maybe fan Canada. So I'm like, which is which?
So maybe,
which
see, sometimes you might think you're forgiving the person, but you remember the actions and what the lady did. It triggers it again.
It triggers it and it comes back.
It comes back. I feel there can be a trigger.
So when
anyone asks
when I forgive you for something, I tell you, oh, maybe I told me you for me. And I later meet Wooly and the conversation comes and maybe fan Canada. I'm actually lying to myself. Because once you that I have the problem with you, I've been able to say maybe I told me
but let's not deny the fact that what our sister Delay did was so wrong.
Okay, so spell out the mistakes.
So the mistake is, imagine your mother sitting right in front of you and telling her, "Wapotampa." Yes,
I'm glad you said say.
No matter what,
in as much as
an elderly
wait, Willie, you see, we live in a society where sometimes people want others to be treated special and others to be treated normal. Listen, we've had elderly people going to Delay's show. However they are treated is no special. If you've been able to follow the tangent of Delay's interview, if you've been able to follow her sequence and how she asked her questions, they are all not messy, messy. They are all yes say. So it is your place to clear your truth out. It is your place to say, oh, enyampa. Oh, sana mo say I ni inja mo. But then imagine Delay saying, "Me show subainu will be what's about Danny?" Then I am saying you are mad. But when the public is saying, say, almost say how we are the chesa wabodama. I'm picking from the public to ask you. But that is what my show is about.
But my question is, if Delay had her own mother sitting there, would she address her mom that way?
That is another question.
That is also another question.
Like I'm saying, because yesterday it's your young woman, it's your dear.
No.
It's your young, because see, she was someone's mother. It's not like Akua Donkor is you, Hetty, or myself, who might be a pair with her.
Akufo-Addo is not anybody's father.
That's why I don't condone those who insult him.
Akufo-Addo is not anybody's father.
I don't condone those who insult him.
Our original minister is not anybody's father.
Listen,
you see your face. No.
I didn't even make my statement.
No.
I almost choked on something. That's why I took my time.
You almost choked
on something.
While there's nothing in your mouth.
I almost choked on something.
See. When you are seeking equity, come with clean hands.
Listen.
In as much as Akua Donkor, maybe how she was treated wasn't fair. There are people who have come to the show that they've had a disgrace back to back. So are you trying to say that Akua Donkor is special than those people?
No. The point is, all those people you are
Delay
talking about.
Say she was mad.
She said, almost see what bodampa.
Almost say, and I may say, where you chi? Almost say, me say, they said, I say, Two different things. What are you talking about? What are you talking? This is an interview. If nothing at all, wasn't she prepped before coming?
She said she was not prepped. She said almost an interview. So she came there to have an interview with the lady.
She definitely didn't go in there alone. Number 2, delays interview are not live. In commonly, no, Boson Joe, you are not happy. You have every right to tell the person not to what do you call it? You can't say not to publish it.
She insulted her. She fought to her over there.
No, listen.
She said that after the interview.
Oh, after the interview, and then what? She has.
So you listen.
No,
we have an interview.
Willie,
and after the interview, there's been issues here. Would you pause the interview?
No. There's been issues after. There's been issues. Was it recorded in the interview? What are you talking about?
The interview, I'm telling you, I don't like how you address me this way. Did
you tell me I don't want you to post the video?
So you see.
No.
You see where
Joyce Blessing did an interview.
You want to pull the card you want
this
to
is
pull.
No. Joyce Blessing had an interview where she said there were some questions that only delayed here. Or catch a delay in film. A be delay in film. She had
she posted it.
Oh, listen to me.
That interview came out.
Listen to me. There were some parts delay took off, and there were some parts delay didn't take off. The fact that delay was able to take some part off should tell you she can also pull down a video. It's been 10 years. 10 years we did the interview. You have every right, because it is you, your personality in the video, to tell them, I don't want this thing on your page or whatever shown again. Pull it down. And if they decide not to pull it down, then you know this is an agenda to disrespect me. But if after you are okay, you're enjoying the fame and the buzz that comes out of it, who is to be blamed? You comfortably embrace the disrespect you're talking about. I come on your show. Hey, Hetty, I hear you've been doing this. I hear you've been doing that. I hear this. I'm like, no, this is not what I wanted to go out. This is not the conversation around me. I don't like the thread of the interview. I don't want it out. Ends. There at that point, I've been able to secure my brand to the person. I can't tolerate disrespect. But if I'm okay, I'm comfortable with it. It comes up, people are lashing me, laughing at me, making mockery of me, and I'm now complaining. I'm a big joke, darling. I had every right to tell them I don't want the thing out. I buried 10 years. What's the noise? Why couldn't you have corrected it at that point? What were you waiting for? Her team. If your Donkor doesn't work alone, you know it. So
she
her team.
Only her driver.
Oh, please. But when it was time for election, she had a vice.
She later picked them.
She had campaign team.
She later did that.
She doesn't work.
She has kids.
She doesn't work with her campaign team.
She has kids.
Thank you.
She has kids. Mm-hmm. Secondly, this so-called fight you are seeing, there were people in there. They saw that mama and the boy interview no. Mama, am I interviewing about no? How she spoke to you? They should have stood on the respect they had for the woman. To let them know, you see, so even when an interview will be chemukran, you could point it out. And one that you are comfortably seated and you are swallowing disrespect. You're comfortable that will go on TV, YouTube, to accrue numbers for somebody who say, what's disrespecting you? You have children.
She doesn't know about YouTube.
You have children. Look at her beautiful daughter who just spoke a few days ago after she died. You want to tell me when you see something like that, you can't do things. This is your mother's brand. Imagine they went and they stripped her naked. Her family will say, oh, it is show business. You do that. No. You call it to order. You don't do that and now you're what? You're blabbing. And what breaks my heart is the family member saying, and then if delay doesn't come, they will slaughter cow and put some things. Hey, Abutro, take it easy. What is this? Anyway, they are calling for state burial.
Yeah, I think she deserves it because she's a stateswoman. She stood for president 3 times. Oh,
okay.
She's if she was alive and she was looking for probably a UN contract or a UN something, it would be that easy for her to get it because she stood for president in her country. She's well known. So there are some people in the creative art space we might not know them, but they get state burials. So a state woman like Akua Donkor, who has been in our political landscape, who could have been president someday, dies. Why would you talk about not giving her a state burial? I think it's the right call. Let's give her the state burial and let her feel, yes, let the family feel that because it's not easy to go and find 1 billion every 4 years and come and pay to have your name printed on a long sheet. It's not easy.
Let me come to you.
So, I mean, we have already done with this issue, and just as
so according to Wikipedia, I want us to get our words right. So, who qualifies for a state burial? State funerals can be granted by decree of a council of ministers to people who give particular services to the country, to citizens that brought honor to the nation, or to citizens who died in the line of duty or were victims of either terrorism or organized crime. Which of this category does our mother fall in?
She brought honor. Again, she brought honor.
I'm not sure.
Again,
no, Willie, stop the joke. Let's be serious.
Per what you read, I don't think she falls in any of these categories.
Okay. Did she give any particular service to the country? What service did she give to the country?
Equiafor him, but
she supported the country.
You also working. You are contributing to the development of this country. I'm also Equiafor those who make.
Did she bring honor to the country? Bringing honor to the country come from an international point. I think you're bringing honor to the nation.
Probably there is something we might not know.
Yes.
So we stand in the news.
Yes.
And did she die in the line of duty? No.
No, she was in the moment of the campaign. She was campaigning.
Even if she died in her line of duty, it was not. It was private duty.
Yeah, it's a private duty. Once you are not on the seat,
it's a private duty.
So
she didn't die in terrorism.
We might, as we mentioned, we might not really know some of the things she has done behind the scenes. You understand? But if it's all about what we see,
she doesn't fall under any.
Then she doesn't fall under any of these categories.
My little problem has to do with the interviews the family members are doing.
But the woman loved the interviews.
No. Let's put that aside. In as much as Akua Donkor, her sense of humor always made people want to get close and ask about her opinion on some things. But then we are calling for state burial. This puts her in a category. She's a state person. What's all this plenty talks?
With delay and...
No. These people going to her hometown and family members talking. What's all this? We've seen people die. Like statesmen and women die. And we don't hear anything. It's only presses we get. Yeah.
You don't hear anything?
I'm trying to say, no, we see what is happening with Akua Donkor's family.
But let me ask you a question. Quite 4 years ago, we had the longest standing president, the longest reigning president we've ever had.
Okay. When
he died, people going for interviews and people claiming that all these things have come and gone.
No, Willie. Let's look at Yempeni for my best saying I'm almost state burial. Let's look at these people.
John Evans, Fifi Atamos.
We can mention
John Rollins.
But even with Atamils,
mine is
when
this.
He died.
Look at the narrative.
Wasn't Ebony given a state burial?
No, she wasn't.
I'm just asking. I can't remember if it was a state. Are you sure?
Ebony
was
a state burial.
Right. No.
I'm not really sure. That's time to be corrected.
I think she had a lot of celebrities and people in politics. And
I know the funeral was none of the
where people were there. Yeah. A lot of people.
I can't remember the rest of
it wasn't a state burial.
What I'm trying to say, let's look at the conversation when it comes to the interviews with Akua Donkor's family.
I think they should just keep quiet.
Yes, just be calm.
The woman is an Akan, right?
And you see, let Ghanaians even
speak on your behalf.
That your mother deserves a state burial.
You don't
but
have to
calling for it.
Be out there and
relax, honey.
If she indeed deserves it, Ghanaians
will be given.
Yes, exactly. And
that's that's a wonderful woman. You know, anytime I see her, you know, it's
I remember when Atamils died, his people wanted to take him to
Mori.
But then look at how Ghanaians stood.
And everyone was like, no, this is a statesman. You can't just carry him
Let
to
it be like that with you.
So, I mean, we should let it go.